So you're considering moving over here to the Destin area here in the beautiful Emerald Coast, but wondering what are some of the housing options? Like, what does this really look like? You probably scoured the internet and still haven't figured out what is it that's going to get me to move here. Thus, you're here on this channel. I'm so happy that you are, because we're going to explore a lot of the different options. Here today, we're actually out in Crystal Beach. We're going to be walking around kind of showing you some of the different areas that you have access to, and really in this video talk about a lot of the townhomes and condos that you're going to find. What we're going to see around here today is we're not going to see a ton of these high rises that you may see more in the East Destin area, but we're going to go through quite a bit of them. So stick around. What's up, everybody? This is Tim Whittemore here in the beautiful Destin Emerald Coast area here in Florida. Thanks so much for joining me. If this is your first time to our channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button, click that little bell so that you're notified every single time we got a new video coming out. And we do tons and tons of videos about not just Destin, Fort Walton, but the surrounding area so that you are informed before you make your next investment or your next move out into this area. So if you see me looking back and forth, it's so I don't get hit by cars. But in any case, please reach out to us. You can give us a call, text, email, whatever's good for you. All right, so as we mentioned before, we are walking around here today on Crystal Beach. We have one of Florida's very not so often common cloudy days here today, but didn't stop us from coming out and enjoying the beauty here. What I really want to concentrate on, and the reason that I came out here to Crystal Beach, is there are a ton of these single families, these waterfront, beachfront, yeah, look at that, beachfront townhomes you have access to kind of come into, and condos throughout the area. Now, Crystal Beach specifically doesn't have the 13-story condos that you're going to find in East Destin, but it does have quite a bit here. And the best part about being out in this part of here in Destin is, well, the golf cart access. Yeah, if you're gonna be out in Destin, you might as well have access to everything via golf cart. You know, I think when I think Florida, you know, I'm originally from New York, but when I think Florida, I'm thinking I'm gonna be in a golf cart, flip-flops all the time, really enjoying the weather. There's no better place than this out here. So if you are looking to invest out here, let's talk prices for condos and things like that. Your median price, all right? The biggest cluster that we have here is about 583,000. Right? So not so bad when you're looking for, you know, this little piece of paradise that we have here. However, you're looking for that penthouse to be close to the things that you want to see, you know, the Destin Harbor, or to go out and see the Gulf, or both, right? You're going to be upwards more of 3.6 mil. Now, does it go higher than that? Of course it does, but these are the averages that we had here in the last year. Now, what's the lowest you can get into? If you're not worried about being right where all the action is, and you're willing to put in some work, you can get into a condo for about $189,000. That's right, only $189,000. Now, if you're looking to get into townhomes, townhomes are also a great option. Most of the time when you get into those, you won't have those super high HOAs. They're a little bit larger typically. However, when we go into our townhomes, the price range is going to be a little bit different. Now for these, you can actually get into a townhome or an attached unit. Those are the same things for about $380,000. Now those are all the way up to 1.9 mil and as low as 170,000. Now when we look at the differences between the condos and the townhomes, it can be pretty vast, right? You get into a lot of these different communities and you can have quite a bit of the same amenities within there, except the HOA fees aren't going to be as high. So let's kind of talk through what that is. If you're looking to get into a condo, you own half the wall on either side, half the ceiling, half the floor, and everything else is common, right? So you're typically going to have higher HOA fees because they're covering the insurance for the entire building. Plus you have amenities, staff, things like that. So you're wondering, hey Tim, like, why am I paying so much in fees? Like, where's this all coming from? And it's not because they're greedy at the HOA. Well, more than likely. Almost got attacked by a tree there. The reality is that it costs a lot of money to maintain, especially if you're sitting there on the beautiful beach trying to get all that together. So all in all, you're gonna pay for the insurance, groundskeeping, the accounting, the management, for all the amenities that you have. So maybe you have a pool, or you know, there's some splash areas for the kids, the grills, the picnic area. And how about the beach, right? How about the beach beaches back there, like that's going to be a big part there too for them to be able to maintain. So all those different things put together, plus more. Some of them include TV and internet. Internet's a huge thing, especially if you're going to be renting these out. Sometimes they'll even include the water, depending on where you're going. Now, as I talk about these are a little bit more like condo-tels, right? It's a condo hotel combo. And when you go into those, it's going to be a little bit more strict on how you can actually purchase these units, but still, all in all, you can find what you're looking for, providing that you can get that financing. Now, the townhomes are going to be quite a bit different. With these, you have maintenance on pretty much everything, right? Your roof, your HVAC system, everything is pretty much like owning a single family home, except you're sharing a wall or two. And these townhomes not necessarily will have the groundskeeping, so you may be paying for that. You'll probably be paying for your own management. Now, townhomes can have HOAs, but they're not going to cover those other costs that you'll be incurring. So you may have some freedom. There still may be some laws that you're still going to have to abide by, or HOA guidelines, but you're going to want to really check those out before, making that purchase. And part of the contracts, providing you get a good real estate representative for you, is going to walk through all these things for you prior to you purchasing. So when we look at that versus our single family homes, and before I actually go in here, I just want to show you what some views of a single family home are. Here in Destin. Not so bad, right? Anyway, you have these big single family homes. This is one of them that I'm walking by right now that you can actually rent out. But the problem with that is now you're incurring even larger of a cost. Now, if you're at a higher price point, this may make sense, right? But if you're looking to really cash in, have that area by yourself, also use maybe your neighbors or something like that to help when you're in inside units to keep the insurance down, to mitigate costs. These are all things that you can look at to help you out. Plus, the HOA restrictions for an attached unit versus a single family is usually a heck of a lot less than your condos. So a lot of people are asking, well, that's great, Tim. I'm looking for these specific types of things, but are they in a good location? Well, I've told a lot of people this before. It's really going to depend because they're priced accordingly. And what I mean by that is that if you're looking for something sitting on the Gulf here in Crystal Beach and you're looking for a single family, you're going to be looking into at least 1-2 million, if not more than that, to try to get it here on the water. And those are just for those attached units, right? Now, if you're trying to find something that's across the street that's just equally as beautiful, right? Sometimes you can even get a glimpse of the water from there. Clearly, that's going to be much, much different. Additionally, a lot of these ones where you're looking to get on the Gulf or getting close to the water or on the bay or on the harbor, providing that your structure is at least 9 feet above the median sea line, you're going to be fine because then you're not going to be required for flood insurance necessarily. Now, if you're in a certain area and your house is on stilts, that also helps with the insurance. But private insurance, private insurance is really pricey. So you got to look out for that. Make sure that you're doing those research prior. I am actually walking by the inn at Crystal Beach. This is a condominium right here. This is one of the larger ones that they actually have out here in Crystal Beach. There's not too many that go this high, at least in this area. So there are options. And this is right on the Gulf as well. But again, your location, how big the unit is, what the amenities are all going to dictate the price that you're going to pay for a specific type of unit. So it's been pretty interesting. I've had now people coming in and they're looking to invest in the area. Maybe they're looking to move in the area. Maybe this is a place that you're just going to stay part-time and rent out the rest. Now, normally, that's what I see the most of, is people that come down, we sit down, we do a full-on, strategy session, consultation, and then they tell me, hey, Tim, I'm looking for a place that I can go hang out for the time that I want to, and then get the rest of everything offset for the rest of the year. So I want to rent it out. A lot of these ones that we look at, they go, well, I don't want to pay that much, but I also kind of want it to pay for itself. Now, I could tell you back in, the 2020, 2021, when interest rates were super low, unless you're a cash buyer, but it was actually pretty easy to turn that around and go, yeah, based on the interest rate, what you putting at least 25% down, you can get this thing to cash flow and come back to you. But now, here in 2024, the election was just yesterday. Yeah, imagine that. Outlook of the interest rates look well, but it's never going to be that good again. So what I'm going to tell you is that if you're looking to do something like that, if you're going into a condo, you're looking to buy a single family, you're looking to buy anything out here, you're looking to rent it out half the time, I'm going to tell you, or even most of the time, it's going to offset the cost, but it's not going to necessarily cash flow most of the time. If it was going to cash flow and other people that had access to loans were there, they'd already be gone. Just think about it that way. If you knew somebody, or if you were that investor and you saw it was a slam dunk, why would it still be there? So I want you to kind of keep that in mind. This is one of those things in real estate that I really like to talk to people about when we talk about strategy. It's not timing the market as much as I can think of, and I go back and go, hey, how many condos or single family homes would I have bought 5 years ago? I'd be like, as many as I could get my hands on, right? Because you knew that the market was going to appreciate. So it's not necessarily timing the market, it's time in the market. So even if you go in right now is really good because we have an influx of inventory. You have a good opportunity for negotiation. And as long as you got a strong realtor on your back to be able to get that done, get it into the market, get a good price, the interest rates are eventually going to go down. And then when that does, you refinance, and man, you're going to be sitting really pretty with equity. And you may even be sitting really pretty when it comes to cash flow. And you may even be at that positive cash flow much earlier than anticipated when you could buy in with all the extra equity that you did have. That's all I really have for you. Hopefully you've enjoyed this walk with me here on Crystal Beach here in Destin. If you have any questions about anything that I mentioned here, please go ahead and leave it in the comments below. If you're one of those lucky people that just happen to be listening to us on any of our audio sources, you can go ahead and text us or give us a call. The number will be following shortly. Yeah, if you are moving here, you got some questions, need some help, go ahead, reach out to me, reach out to my team, give us a call, text is our favorite, email, find us on social media, whatever you got to do. We got your back when moving here to Destin and any of the surrounding areas. Again, my name's Tim Whittemore. I'm here with the Whittemore Group, and we'll see you in our next video. Take care.